Okay, this is going to be a brief tutorial. Hopefully, you know I have trouble keeping it brief, on using Smart Exchange to not only download a notebook file that you can use, but then to modify it. And that to me is one of the real strengths of Smart Exchange. Not only can you go and find great resources, but then you can go and find great resources and change them so that they're going to be exactly what you want them to be um, in your classroom. So I have Google up. I'm going to start there and just go to Smart Exchange. I'm going to type Smart Exchange. You can see it came up as soon as I had an E in there. Click on Smart Exchange, and then here I am. So once I'm at Smart Exchange, I want to sign in. So I'm going to click the sign in icon, and then it says email address, and I'll type in my email address and password. Once I have my email address and password typed in, I'm going to click the sign in button, and then we see I'm signed in. If you were watching, I was signed in before, but um, and ready to look. I'm just going to do a simple search for adding fractions, if I can spell. Adding fractions, and then that's going to pull up some resources for me. At this point, I'm going to drill it down a little bit using the subject and then the grade level I'm looking for. And now I'll click the Go button, and you'll see some of those resources will go away because they were more appropriate for other grade levels. So as I look through these resources, and I've already looked through these a little bit, so I know kind of what I'm looking for. Um, Here's one that says adding fractions with unlike denominators using the butterfly method. If you're not familiar with the butterfly method, it's kind of an interesting approach to adding fractions with unlike denominators. If I click here to preview it, I can page through the slides and see what's going on. Um, but I already know about what I'm getting into, so I'm going to go ahead and click the download button. I click the download button. The Smart Notebook will download, and once it's downloaded, I can, well, in Google Chrome at least, you get a little icon in the lower left-hand corner once you download it. Different browsers, different ways to download. At any rate, I'm going to click on this, and that will open up the Smart Notebook. Okay, so this is the file as it opens up, and the thing that is really important for me to emphasize is that if you find a Smart Notebook um, that you think is good but needs some customization, you can do that, right? Anything in here I can change. If this smiley face isn't what I want, I can change it and put a different smiley face in there, right? Or if this is so great, I need to make more of them, I can clone that one and have one on both sides, right? So anything I need to do, any way I want to change this file, I can. I can do it. If I don't need this expectation page, I can go to the page sorter and just delete the whole page, right? So delete the page, and now it's done. Here's a positive I statement here. Right? You can do it. Um, and then here's where the lesson begins. How do we add fractions? There's a little pull block here. What if the fractions don't have like denominators? Tap here to find out. So if we click on that, that takes us to what's really the only slide in this slideshow for instructional purpose, and that's what's that, you ask? And it's just a picture of the butterfly, and that's it. So we click the butterfly to go back, and then we're here. If we click the next to get to the next slide, it's practice. So we're at the point where we're doing practice. Um, I like this, but for my classroom, I want to have a little more opportunity for students to practice, a little more direct instruction before I get to practice. So what I'm going to do is modify this by adding a couple slides of direct instruction. Now, what I'll do for the purpose of this is just do one slide, or at least part of one slide. So how I'm going to do that, I want to keep the same design scheme, keep everything the same. So I'm going to clone this page. And once I clone this page, I click on the new page that I've cloned, and I can get rid of this. I'll delete it. I like to clone a page so I have the same font size, and I'll just type steps here, and that'll be like the title for the slide I'm going to use. I'm going to take this picture and copy it, and I'll go back here and paste it in. No, that was not the picture I wanted, but it's nice to have the little image, right? Okay, let me see if I can get this. There we go. Now I'll copy that as well. I undid the change and paste this in. And now I got the problem. But what I want to do is set something up similar to this, but with just one part of that step. So I'm going to actually try and do that by ungrouping this. So if I go to group, this looks like it's a bunch of different items, and that's exactly what it is. So once I've ungrouped it, I can take this and I can take, for instance, part of this. This butterfly is getting in the way for now. We'll move it down there. Move it back in a minute. Take this ellipse and get rid of it. Right. Take this little antenna and get rid of it, and take this down here and get rid of it. So now I've got just one step of the process. I can go back here and group these guys back together, and I can move this around and we can see, okay, so this is the first step to take in our butterfly method. And what is that first step? Well, it's to multiply the denominator of one fraction by the numerator of the other, and then write down that product. So as I was doing this instructionally with children, we would go through the process and somebody would write on the board 5. Wow, it's been a long day, I guess, because that's clearly going to be 4, not 5. So who's this math teacher? Oh yeah, that's at any rate. So there's 4. And again, that would be one step. I'd make a couple more slides like that, showing each of the subsequent steps and then how that whole process works together. So again, this would be what I would do with this particular presentation so that I could customize it to my particular needs within the classroom. So I hope that was not too long-winded and gets the point across. Um, that's it for Smart Exchange.